Nettie Stevens. Nettie Maria Stevens was an American geneticist whose research was pivotal in understanding the role of chromosomes in sex determination. Her research was pivotal in understanding the role of chromosomes in sex determination. He was among the first scientists to establish that the sex of an organism is determined by its chromosomes, specifically through the discovery of what is now known as the XY sex determination system or the XY sex determination pattern. There are so many hypotheses that govern the chromosomal analysis, like the Lyon hypothesis and other chromosomal analysis technique. The techniques govern the chromosomal analysis. We have some techniques like the karyotyping and chromosomal banding. And in the chromosomal banding, we have so many different chromosomal bandings. We have G banding, we have R banding, we have Q banding, and C banding. So all these are the techniques utilized to analyze the chromosomes. We can also use fluorescent in situ hybridization, which is popularly known as the fish technique. Fluorescent in situ hybridization, particularly to analyze the DNA in a particular chromosome. So Nettie Stevens was among the earlier scientists that established that deduction, that what defines the gender of an organism are the chromosomes. Normally, we know that chromosomes are subclassified into two classes, the autosomes and the sexosomes. The autosomes are responsible for the growth of the organism, and the sexosomes are responsible for the sex pattern of the organism. That's the clarification brought by Nettie Maria Stevens. Nettie Stevens was born on 7th July 1861 in Cavendish, Vermont. She grew up in a modest family and was known for her academic brilliance from a young age. After completing high school, she pursued higher education at Westfield Normal School, now popularly known as Westfield State University, where she preferred to become a teacher. She prepared of becoming a teacher, and that's how she was prepared. She was prepared to become a teacher. After completing her primary education, primary school, and secondary school, she pursued higher education at Westfield Normal School. That's the name given to the university in the earlier days, but now it is known as Westfield State University. Nettie Stevens' academic journey took her to Stanford University. Her academic journey took her to Stanford University, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts in the year 1899 and a Master of Arts in 1900. What you need to do is to push more effort. You don't know the end of your journey. Her academic journey took her to Stanford University. She then pursued her doctoral studies at Bryn Mawr College under the mentorship of renowned geneticist and biologist Thomas Hunt Morgan, getting her PhD in 1903. Her doctoral research focused on the development of the germ cells, meaning the sex cells, meaning the ovum or the ova and the spermatozoons, meaning the eggs and the sperm in insects. Nettie Stevens is most famous for her research on the mealworm, which we call Inebrio molito. In 1905, through meticulous observation and experimentation, he discovered that males produce two types of sperm, one carrying a large chromosome, now known as the X chromosome, and another carrying a smaller one, now known as the Y chromosome. She showed that the presence of the Y chromosome resulted in male offspring, while the absence of Y chromosome, that is, the presence of XX, resulted in female offspring. She described that the presence of the Y chromosome resulted in male offspring. This was a great discovery in the field of genetics, as it provided clear evidence that chromosomal differences determine sex in organisms. At the same time, Edmund Beecher Wilson, another American geneticist, made similar discoveries, and both researchers are credited with identifying the role of chromosomes in sex determination. Both Nettie Stevens and Edmund Beecher Wilson are credited with identifying the role of chromosomes in sex determination. They will not be forgotten. However, Nettie Stevens' contributions were often overshadowed by her male counterparts during her lifetime. Her work, her contributions were often overshadowed by her male counterparts during her lifetime. Nettie Stevens' work laid the groundwork for the understanding of genetic inheritance and the role of chromosomes in determining physical traits, including sex. Her research was fundamental in the development of the field of genetics, which will later be expanded by the other scientists, such as Thomas Hunt Morgan, the legend, the one that influenced me to pursue a research, to conduct a project work on the organism that he studied, or that he performed an experimentation on that organism, the fruit fly, the Drosophila melanogaster. So her research was fundamental in the development of the field of genetics, which will later be expanded by some other scientists, particularly Thomas Hunt Morgan, a mentor who won the Nobel Prize in 1933 for his work on the role of chromosomes play in heredity. During her doctorate studies, during her PhD, she was under the mentorship of Thomas Morgan. So Thomas Hunt Morgan was her mentor. Her mentor was also a great scientist, being her also a great scientist as far as the field of genetics is concerned. Despite her significant contributions, Nettie Stevens did not receive widespread recognition during her lifetime. She passed away from breast cancer on 4th May 1912. She passed away on 4th May in the year 1912 at the age of 50. Today, Stevens is recognized as one of the pioneering women. Nettie Stevens is recognized as one of the pioneering women in science, whose work continues to influence the field of genetics. You can refer to some of the references if you want to know more about the life and work of Nettie Stevens. You can refer to the National Library of Medicine, Genetic Society of America, Smithsonian Institution, and Encyclopedia Britannica. There are some books that I would like to refer you to, like the book with the title The Cell in Development and Inheritance by one of her counterparts, Edmund Beecher Wilson. Dr. Edmund was the author of the book The Cell in Development and Inheritance. There are some references, there are some context in the book related to the life and work of Nettie Stevens. You can also refer to the book with the title The Woman Who Smashed Codes. Even though the book was not particularly about Nettie Stevens, the book is particularly about Elizabeth Smith Friedman, which was authored by Jason Fagan. The book, The Woman Who Smashed Codes, a true story of love, spies, and the unlikely heroine who outwitted America's enemies.